Okay, and look at the markets. And what we've got here is the Dow sitting right up against that resistance and struggling. We've got US GDP on Thursday. So any market that is above these averages, and this is the 50 and the 8. Doesn't matter what averages you use, but if you are above the key averages, and the 50-day averages is the main one, um, then you should always buy dips. Buy whilst that market is above the 50-day average, and vice versa. If it's underneath, then sell. All right. So pullbacks at the moment on this are bought, buyable. We're very hesitant around this July 18th high. So if we close lower here, expect this to fall back. We could just sit here. If we're going to consolidate and wait till this 50-day average catches up, we could sit up here for a good few days, at least until that GDP comes in on Thursday. Okay, so it's bullish, but be wary. Let's have a look at the Nasdaq. So I was looking at the Nasdaq to recover. This is I penned this in ages ago. Well, once we got down here, I started to pen this back in. So we look as if we can come back to 20,000, and if we can punch through that, then we can sit higher. We can sit back into this 21,000, sorry. All right, but close underneath this 19,000, and we're going to dip back. We're struggling with 20,000 anyway. FTSE. So the markets are very bullish, but they're on the edge. FTSE is holding this grey area here, which we've been pivoting around this all year. Let's get the pen. Um, so we pushed up here into May, dipped our way back in August, trying to break through this tough resistance here. So if we can get above 8,400, then we can punch higher and potentially go to 87. Close underneath back inside this grey area here at 23 and a half, sorry, 8,300. Then we're coming lower and we're going to potentially fall right out of that. At the moment, we're stuck here. I can see us getting stuck for at least a couple of more days, at least until the market works its way through. Right. So I'm missing pens, struggling with sorting the pen out today. Clear all the drawings. Right. So bullish, but plenty of reason to be cautious. Let's look at dollar. So the dollar's really weak, really falling off. A lower high up here in June, another lower high end of July to August, and we're sitting right back into the late end of 23 support. At the moment, we look lower, but this is a huge area of support. So any pickup here could see that bounce. But all the time this dollar is weak, there's a decent chance the indices could hold up. Any spring to the upside in this dollar, and we need to be careful. Now, gold, just not settling down. All the pullbacks at the moment are bought. So if you see 2485 or 2500 again, 20, that's buyable to see if we can get to 2600. Silver's doing well. Now, on that weak dollar, you would have expected things like wheat to really be much higher. So wheat is a relative weakness, but And this is typical. We talked about this a lot. This is typical with low volume commodities like wheat. If they dip under key support and then very quickly close above it, that is very, very bullish. So if we hold $5.50 into this close, this could power, this could potentially go back to five, six, sorry, six, seven, $8. $7.85 is up here on the grey area. Okay, so the wheat has not been behaving, not going according to my predictions, but that could be about to change. The same as with sugar. Sugar's come down to an extension and pushed up. The volume is coming. Look, we were lacking volume in this. We had a big volume spike on the 25th of July and then nothing. So let's see if this drop under support and the pickup in the sugar is going to do that as well. Bitcoin, we don't often look at Bitcoin, so look at Bitcoin. Um, yeah, so we dipped all the way down to just under 50,000. We are definitely struggling, like a lot of markets here, we are range bound. I think this is lower. I think we could easily come and see 45, 46,000 down there, which is viable. I mean, if that comes down to the February breakup area, that's viable potentially if we see some volume down there. Right, so the word at the moment is caution. Let's have a look at some key stocks. I just move this out of the way. Extend that. Right, let's get some key stocks up. BT is, we talked about BT for a very, very long time. Okay, so we dropped back down here, closed underneath some support very early August and pinged up. So bullish consolidation. Consolidations are normally over on dips like that if it's a bullish consolidation and vice versa if it's a bearish consolidation. So that came back into support. 127, 128 was bought. We pinged up to 146. This looks viable as well. All right, let's look at Rolls-Royce. I haven't looked at Rolls-Royce for ages. It's just had such and such a good year. Ever since we pinged up here in February 23, we're down there at 90p, and here we are at £5 nearly, just around the £5 mark. So these markets are bullish at the moment, but like I keep saying, we are on the edge. Be very careful. This is holding. This is Barclays. It's holding up. Close above 240, 250, and that's got much further to go to the upside. Vodafone, keeping the telecoms theme. So this dip into 68 is bought. Currently just trying to get above 75. We're half an hour off the UK close or London close. So this all bodes well. Let's look at Prudential. So this dipped into support down there at 608, 610. And we're struggling to go and test that 50-day average. So this is not above the 50-day average. So I can see this pinging back down. I think they were earnings. I must look up the earnings because they are around this time. Okay, so markets are good, but you just need to manage your risk because there is an awful lot of risk out there at the moment. And with GDP on Thursday, and I think the Fed are meeting very soon as well. All right, hope that helps. I'll catch up with you soon. Thank you. Bye.